guys? Welcome back to Buddy Bellows. And I want to talk to you about something. Something I was wrong about. It is A Night in Casablanca, 1946. You know, I originally dubbed this movie as the worst Marx Brothers film ever made. But sooner or later, on my second or third watch, I've seen that this is probably the best film since Go West. Go West was The Big Store is a pretty good one, but it's not as good as this one. Also, Sig Ruman comes back. That's something that I didn't specify in my first review. But my main thing that's got me on the edge about this film is how old the Marx Brothers are right now. Harpo is 58 and Chico is, I think, 59. Groucho is 56. Yeah. Groucho does a really good job here. You haven't seen him like this since, I think, Night at the Opera, Day at the Races. Yeah. So, Groucho does really good here. Chico, on the other hand, is probably the weakest one. His character is quite irrelevant right now, as well as how terrible his voice sounds. He sounds like a chain smoker in this one. His voice is really rough. Yeah, that's probably the worst part about this film. Another really bad part is how old Harpo looks. Now, Harpo is 58, as I already specified. But he looked better in Love Happy when he was 61 years old, a couple of years later in 1949, than he did in this film when he was 58. This is why he looked like this in this film. It's because instead of having his normal wig, he did some experimenting and just dyed his hair. Well, he got a cast. He cast his hair and then made a wig out of that and then dyed it. It's definitely a really weird choice because, he usually never looks like this. He did in, one live appearance, I think. But other than that, he really should not look like this. And that's why. It's because he did something different with his wig. Also, this is the first time, we've seen Harpo's horn cane in, years, I think, since Day at the Races. But it's not really a cane. It's kind of just attached to a broom, for one scene. Harpo doesn't have his top hat in this one. Groucho doesn't have his usual, black, suit. Or, blazer or whatever you want to call it. Sport coat or whatever. He has a white one. And yeah. The main thing that distracted me was Harpo, because, how different he looks in this one compared to The Big Store, compared to Love Happy. One of these things is not like the other. And that is Night at Casablanca. The ending, they try a little bit too hard in the ending to make it entertaining. Because at this point, it's not entertaining. Because they just try way too hard. Also, one thing that I forgot to mention, a really funny story, was Warner Brothers. This film was not produced by MGM. This was produced by United Artists. And Warner Brothers threatened to sue the use of the word Casablanca in the title because they made the original movie from 1942. And then Groucho threatened to countersue on using the word brothers in their name. In Warner's name. Warner Brothers. So, that's all I have. So yes, I was really wrong about this movie. And upon rewatching it, I think that it is probably one of the greats. Honestly, Chico and Harpo, I think the charades in this one were a little bit better than Day at the Races charades. Yeah. So, goodbye. Also, sorry about not uploading yesterday. And also, yeah, we hit 2,000 views a while ago, like a couple weeks ago. So let's keep going. But tomorrow, I must bring you some sad news. Find out tomorrow.